You dudes, Orrin here. Welcome to Thursday Night Football. I'm streaming the Washington Bears versus the Chicago Commanders game. Just kidding. Washington Commanders are the home team. Chicago Bears are visiting. I remember watching a similar, I think it was a Monday Night Football game last year, but the Bears were the home team, and that game was interesting. I remember Juan Rivera flipping out after winning against somebody. So I don't remember much about it, but I remember it was somewhat of a big deal at the time. And then I just remember they kept cutting to Justin Fields on the sideline, like looking like he's trying to hold back his anger, he knows he's angry and he's just taking deep breaths just because of the fact that he knows he's in Chicago, presumably. So But yeah, we are going to watch this team. It's two of the. I think Washington Commanders are better than what people think they are on paper. They'll probably have a good chance to finish last in the division. Well, right now, actually, the Giants seem like they're really good at that. But the Commanders started off being at that category, but I think people are realizing they're better than what we thought. Realizing Sam Howell's actually a better quarterback than what we thought. And players like Jahan Dotson are stepping up as wide receivers. The Commanders, I believe, have a really good wide receiver core. So they're a pretty decent team. Chicago, meanwhile, I got nothing for you there. They almost beat the Broncos. They got off to a really good lead, but they let them come back and win in their home stadium. So let's just say the Bears are so bad that they currently have the number 1 and number 2 overall draft picks in the NFL draft right now. I know that's taken a little bit out of context because they acquired Carolina's draft pick to move down and get more draft picks for later. Speaking of Carolina, the Lions play them this upcoming Saturday and Sunday, and they have more than a week's rest to be able to get ready for them and all that after stomping the Green Bay Packers on Thursday Night Football a week ago from today. So that should be a fun game, although I'm cautiously optimistic considering the last time they played the Panthers in the regular season. The Panthers kicked our butts unexpectedly. Not only that, but the Deuce Staley, the Lions' former assistant head coach / running backs coach, has that same position for the Panthers now. And they also have the Lions' former defensive line coach. All right. I got the game. I got it on the NFL Plus app on my tablet. Although for whatever reason, parts of the tablet are not closing the way they are supposed to be. And I don't know why. But it looks like the Bears have the ball first, and Fields, they had a play action, and it looked like somewhat of a deep pass, and the wide receiver missed it. I like the Commanders' jerseys, by the way. They're like black with like the yellow numbers. I was expecting like the, their standard like red and white type uniforms, but these look pretty badass. Not gonna lie. And just me fiddling with the tablet right now. I'm still getting the game. Like a third of my screen is being blocked by. Oh, that pass is caught to number 2, DJ Moore. That had to have been 30 plus. That was a nice pass, not going to lie. Yeah, they're showing the replay, and Moore definitely broke away from his corner back there. Flawless catch. The Bears have their standard road jerseys, the white ones. So I have the orange blanket because I know the Bears tend to wear orange sometimes. So why not represent the NFC North? Looks like Herbert's running it, getting pretty much nothing there. I have very low expectations for a game like this, but one thing I kind of learned from watching a lot of NFL games, that top two projected teams that are playing each other, they could really be boring, whereas like two lower teams, there's a lot of opportunity for chaos and wackiness to happen, which makes it more entertaining. So just as long as you pick the right type of game, I guess. And as long as that's not the teams I'm rooting for, then I'm all for the chaos. Oh, and Fields gets sacked. Is that Chase Young? Nope, that's Sweat. That defensive commander guy's name is Sweat. Number 90, Sweat. Gets the sack on Justin Fields. So Chicago made a little bit of noise, but the rest of their plays doesn't look like there's too much going on. I can't commentate on most of it because part of my screen is blocked for whatever reason I don't understand. Oh, and that's a touchdown pass to DJ Moore. Okay, I take that back. They moved the ball and they scored a touchdown. Touchdown Bears. They did get off to a hard start last week against Denver. So I guess their offense is showing improvement. Cairo Santos, extra point. All right. Let me see if I can fix this. All right. So I'm one of the few these days who probably watches games on their tab. Excuse me, on their tablets. Why? Because I can't. Why not explore different ways to watch NFL games? Because that's the type of society we're living in. We can watch them on our phones if I wanted to. I could watch it on this if I wanted to. But I have a tablet, and tablets are meant for entertainment type of stuff these days. So why not? I'll show you guys quickly what I'm dealing with here. So this thing that's usually over here, I can scroll through it and I pick whichever game I want. When I enlarge it and make it full screen, however, normally it goes away, but it still stays there and then blocks part of the screen. And I'm trying to fix that. might as well do it while I'm on commercial break. So think of these live streams somewhat as sort of a product review as well. Like, having the tablet, having the NFL Plus app, people who help develop the app can watch this and just kind of see what sort of pros and cons the customer is having with their product. And maybe they can learn how to make it better afterwards, things like that. All right. So instead of going to the NFL Plus section of it, I just went to the home section of the NFL. And it looks like I don't have to deal with it there because they also have the game live over on the home part too, as long as you have the subscription. There we go. I should do more YouTube videos regarding product reviews. Oh yeah, I got my popcorn bucket with my buddies here, Aiden Hutchinson, Kirby Joseph, and Cam Sutton, defensive players for the Lions, 90 years. And then offensive players, Jared Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and then the one and only Penei Sewell. I also got this poster at the game. It was kind of like their version of a program on the other side. You could fold it, and the other side it has like the roster and everyone's numbers and stuff like that for that game. So it's an authentic Ford Field souvenir, and I'm taking it with me, and I'm broadcasting it that as well as this. And then this cup holder, and then this magnet. So reminders of the good time I had there. I had a good time there, and I had a good time at Lambeau Field when I watched the Lions beat the Packers. What do I have in my bucket? Health food. Commanders are running the ball. They gain about 5 yards there. Second down. I'm trying to eat healthy. I didn't steam this. I should have, but I didn't have time before I started live streaming. But I got cauliflower in here. I have turkey burger, and I have an apple. I also have Earl Grey tea over here and some water because we are eating healthy and we are setting an example for people, children and adults alike. Sam Howell gets a pass off. Logan Thomas, the tight end, gets the first down. One reason I wanted to watch this game for Sam Howell. I followed him in his last college year. I thought he'd be a really good quarterback for the Lions to draft at the time, but everybody was all talking about Malik Willis. And then they didn't even wind up drafting a quarterback, and then most of them got drafted in the third round or later. Kenny Pickett being the only exception. But I think Sam Howell is the one to break out. Like Desmond Ridder was somebody I kind of like too, but it doesn't seem like he's doing much right now. Whoa! That's a tackle for a loss. That D lineman met that running back right when he got handed the ball. 97 got him. Fourth down for the Bears, or the Commanders. Billings, I talked about him in my short this morning. He was somebody to watch out for. Defense for those shorts that I do. The defensive players, it's a little bit trickier to figure out which ones to do. So for those ones, I tend to pick. I go into PFF's depth chart for like the team, and I look at which starters have the highest PFF grade. And Billings was one of them. There weren't many of them for the Bears, but Billings was one of the highest, which is why I talked about him, and he did something there. Now the Commanders punt it. The Bears are trying to run it back. Said they had a decent punt return. 11 yards there, down to the 30. So a bit of a slow game so far, but the Bears got on the board first with a touchdown. The S is my last name, Shaw. I'm not used to having a blanket on while being in a chair, so I never know like how to keep it on me. Might be better off with like a Snuggie. I don't think they make orange Snuggies though. I don't even know if Snuggies is a thing. I used to make the joke that, oh, if I want to get a Snuggie, I'll just buy a bathrobe, take away the string part, and then just wear it backwards, and boom, there's my Snuggie. It was always part of a dream of mine to get, rich inventing or selling a product that was so stupid like that, just kind of as a joke. But, kudos to whoever it was that invented that. So I'm making some adjustments to my YouTube strategy. So the videos I'm putting out a little bit different. I'm not doing as much live streaming just because, in my real life, I don't have much time for it, but I am trying to put out other videos that I intend to put out. So I'm starting to do power rankings now that we have a better idea which teams are good, which teams are bad as well. I'm going to start doing mock drafts too. I'm going to have one come out tomorrow at some point. One round for all 32 NFL teams. And that will really just be my introduction to the best college football players who are going to be in the draft. But yeah. And then the primetime preview videos are just going to turn into shorts. I looked at how many views I was getting, and 320, give or take, for the one I did this morning. Not too bad. I probably got the same amount for the other one I did the other night if I had gotten it out sooner. But yeah, my idea was just to give a cheat sheet of sorts for casual fans to look out for when they watch the game. And they're like, wait, I have some questions about this game. I kind of want to get to know, but I'll just watch this 1 minute short from Orange Shaw 46, the casual Alliance fan, and that'll give me an idea. And hopefully that does that for you guys. So, because I know, heaven knows, sometimes I have questions about a game, and I wish I kind of had that brief cheat sheet to go to look out. Oh, Fields keeps it, and he's going around the side to the edge, out of bounds sideline. 7-yard gain there. They're showing replays of the first drive of the Bears when they scored the touchdown, and saying Fields is a little bit more comfortable with what he's doing. So he had a couple nice passes there to DJ Moore. So Fields drops back to pass. Quick one. First down to the tight end. I think that's the tight end. Tunyon. 18. 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. I'm dancing on the music I can hear in the background of the game. Matt Eberflus is the head coach of the Chicago Bears. I know next to nothing about him other than the fact that he was, I think, the defensive coordinator for the Colts a couple years ago before he got this job. Before that, pretty much nothing, no experience type of thing. That was a deep pass and too far in front for Darnell Mooney. So that was incomplete. I hope nobody thinks it's rude that I'm eating while trying to live stream. This is my dinner and I have time. So if someone feels that way, feel free to let me know. Type it in the chat, Originally, I did it for, hoping to get rated with the cheeseburger. And I got Tom Grassi. And that was a screen pass thing to DJ Moore, and he gets a first down there. Maybe I should have mentioned DJ Moore in my short, but honestly, I feel like part of the Bears' identity on offense is Khalil Herbert more than DJ Moore at that point. And I know he had DJ Moore did some things, They're trying to do the tush push on 3rd and 1. Did they get it? The Eagles' infamous play. They got it. First down. Someone tried to change the rules to make that not allowed, but that didn't happen, and now we're seeing it more often. So we're at 1st and 10. 7:25 to go in the first quarter. I can't tell where they're at in the field. I think somewhere in the middle. Yep, actually I'm right. They're literally in the middle of the field on the 50-yard line. Field scrambles, gets it off, passes caught, goes out of bounds, gains about 3 yards there. Wow, what an educated guess on my end there. I'm also taking a break from halftime raid bait sessions too, just because I'm sort of out of ideas at this point, and also like I said, I want to try out other things. I already attracted a raid from the YouTube account that I was trying to get a raid from on my very first try within like the first second. So I think I'm good there. Like I'll gradually build my YouTube out. Oh, that's a big run. First down and more. Breaking away down to the 20, to the 10. Gets knocked up at within the 15-yard line. Wow, he ran through everybody there. That hole was huge. Right guard, right tackle. That was 24. Khalil Herbert. See, I said to watch out for him, and look what he does. Right from the middle of the field to within the red zone. Whew. 1st and 10 at the 12. 13, actually. Field scrambling. About to get a sack. Gets rid of it. Throws it out of bounds. I also feel like my raid baits might somewhat be jinxed or might have some sort of influence or something interesting is going on, because my last raid bait from last time, I talked about what I predict would happen with like the Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce celebrity like dating situation going on, and how the NFL was going to turn into like the Taylor Nation stuff. And we've seen it a little bit in the social media, but I hope it doesn't turn into like the games themselves being influenced by Taylor Nation, the Swifties and all that. And then, whoa, there's a fumble. Apparently a fumble. I thought there was a flag at first, but that's somebody's yellow cleats. But anyways, yesterday or the day before, the NFL came out with a statement like defending its, embracing like the Taylor Swift stuff in the entertainment world. And it's like, what a coincidence that they came out with that and people were having the same opinions that I was talking about on Thursday. So it's like, wow. Anyways, 3rd and 9. Commanders had got that ball back. So they're at the 11-yard line. Fields, shotgun, drop sack, passes down the middle, caught, wrestling down to the first. He does not get it. Just short. That was Cole Clement, the tight end. That's a name I do know. But that raid bait video didn't get many views, but still, like a lot of stuff I was talking about. It's almost like The Simpsons, where it feels like I'm predicting the future, unintentionally, of course. Because apparently, like at MetLife Stadium during that game, they tried to field goal, 22-yard field goal attempt is good. So the Bears are up 10-0. I'm doing a bad job of updating the score. I apologize about that. All I had to do was add one there. But at MetLife Stadium, they tried to promote the Eras tour, I guess on their Jumbotron or whatever they call it, and then the fans were booing that, I guess. So And I guess people suspected that they didn't want that to mesh with the game. So I don't know. So we'll let the chips fall where they may. But and like I've emphasized before, I don't have a problem with a Taylor Swift or Travis Kelce or the dating situation. So she's just there to supposedly support her alleged dating companion, and there's nothing wrong with that. People have been doing that for a millennia. So wish them nothing but the best. Although I do admit, like she did go to an NFL game the week that I went to an NFL game, and I'm like, whoa, what a coincidence there. But like they say, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. I actually spent the time Monday night making my power rankings video. I knew I didn't intend to make the Giants or Seahawks a part of it. And then I caught little bits and pieces of Will Ferrell on the Manning and Manning cast, and he did try to be comedic in his own the way he usually is. But I feel like it was a miss. He's hit and miss, but I think that one he was kind of a miss. So should leave the play calling to the experts. That's what I say. He's another celebrity getting involved with the game, but that's with the Mannings people who, like in Peyton Manning's way, he's also kind of a celebrity along with an athlete. He's in a bunch of commercials, and he's hosted Saturday Night Live, things like that. They're talking about Sam Howell. Fourth youngest active starting quarterback, 23 years old in 20 days. Good for you, Sam Howell. You are a cool dude. I know you have a squeaky clean, good guy type of reputation, so we need more people like you in the NFL. I keep messing with his apple, but I haven't taken a bite out of it yet. 10-0 Bears. Kickoff. 4:18 to go in the first quarter. Morris Court starts by a Commander's QB since 1950. Washington team. Joe Theismann, Sonny Jurgensen, Billy Clymer, Mark Rippon, Kirk Cousins as 57. He's on there. I don't recognize any other names on there. What is up with like the tie-dye rainbow like colors that the coaches are wearing? I saw this at the Bills game I watched last Sunday. Now the Commanders have it here. Howell scrambling to his left. Now he's going for it. Gains about 5 yards there. Eric the enemy? Eric the enemy? Eric is the enemy? I know that's part of his name. Like they're talking about him. I've heard his name before, but I don't know much of who he is. Maybe I should have talked about him in my short, but it's a short. If it was an actual video, I might have mentioned him a little bit. There's a flag on the play. We're at the 28-yard line. False start offense. 5-yard penalty, second down. Second and 12, 3:31 to go. Ball on the 23-yard line. Howell on shotgun, running back on his right, hands it off to the running back, and he goes nowhere. The Bears D line is looking sharp. They're getting tackles right at the line of scrimmage area. So strong start so far. Now 3rd and 11, Holland shotgun, basically same formation as again. Gets the snap, goes back, going through the progressions. He's scrambling, gets back to the line of scrimmage before getting tripped up. So it's 4th down. So Howell's not really been successful in these first 2 drives. Still trying to figure out the defense somewhat. Caught the punt and makes it to the 30-yard line-ish. Is anyone keeping track of the baseball playoffs, the MLB playoffs? I used to all the time. I just kind of fell out of love with the sport, kind of like an ex-girlfriend type of thing. But wish nothing but the best for those who are in, I guess. The Yankees and Red Sox didn't make it, so that's got to be a win for a lot of people. And they change the format of the postseason like all the time, so I have no idea if it's like a one-game playoff between 2 teams, if there's like 4, 5, 6 per league or American League, National League. So I don't know what's going on with there. I know the Minnesota Twins actually won a playoff game and they've advanced to face the Houston Astros. So good for the Minnesota Twins, even though they're a division rival to the Detroit Tigers. So they finally got a series where they didn't face the Yankees, and that's been their detriment for all this time ever since like 2002 when they made it to the championship series and lost to the Angels. Because after that, they kept facing the Yankees, and the Yankees kept sweeping the Twins out of the postseason. But the Twins finally won. So now they're facing the Astros. Carlos Carrera getting his revenge series against the Astros, I guess. Who's the favorite to win? I know Baltimore had a really good season. They won like 100 games. The Atlanta Braves, maybe. The Dodgers, they always seem like they're the new New York Yankees team where they like win 110-ish games every year, and they seem like the universally best team, yet they always like blow it in the playoffs at some point, except for the COVID year, 2020. The Astros seem like a consistently good team in the postseason, I'm trying to remember who was in the World Series last year. I think it was the Astros beating the Phillies, and Dusty Baker finally got his world championship. That's the takeaway from that. Anyway, Bears back on offense. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Fakes the handoff, quick pass to number 2, and he spins around and fakes it, and he gets a 1st down and more, and he's still going, and he's getting pushed out of bounds. He got a 1st down and much more on that one. He caught it, and then he was about to get tackled as he ran away, then span around and went the other way and completely duked the guy and got a lot more yards because of it. A lot of yak. Yards after catch. Yak. That is an animal, a yak. Hands off to the running back, gains a few yards there. That was Khalil Herbert. No, Rashon Johnson. Rashon Johnson's another player I scouted a lot in the last draft, thinking the Lions might draft him. He's a really good bell cow running back, and he played on the same team as Bijan Robinson. And, you have to imagine he had that chip on his shoulder by always being second best to the best of the country, but learning a lot from Bijan, and he's eager to show that off in the NFL. And I think Rashon Johnson could do that here with the Bears eventually. Running back. Oh, nice holes. So first down and more. That was Rashon Johnson again. So he's having a couple nice back-to-back runs here. Herbert dropping back. Oh, he's getting sacked. He gets rid of it. Out of bounds. Chase Young was the one. There's like and then like swing tackling, and then he throws the ball just as it was going down. And that ends the first quarter. 10-0 Chicago Bears. Bears are hungry for that first win in forever. Apologies for my bad handwriting. Eventually, I'll probably evolve my channel to have graphics to put up here, instead of here. But you know what? I'm on this character arc for my YouTube channel discovery, where I'm going to start off by writing everything because I don't know everything. And then I'm going to learn about the graphics and then make it a little bit better that way. Truth is, I could probably very easily figure it out, but, I want to get used to, watching the games, being on YouTube, and talking on a consistent basis. So it's like I'm kind of in my rookie development year of YouTubing. Oh, and I won't have to rely on magnets either. But whatever silly gimmick gets people's attention, I'm all for it. Worth doing. Anybody watch Clickbait Sports today? Man, that punishment, that 5 with the blue body paint. Really entertaining stuff, especially when he got up and you could see his back unpainted. That had me bursting out laughing while at work while I was on break. I don't think anyone was around to look at me funny, but good stuff. I made it halfway through the episode, so I don't know who got punished this time, but I'll finish it at some point. That's it for the tea. Taking the earbuds out while on commercial, and I can hear myself think. Starting up week 5 here with this Thursday night game. I kind of want to wait until the end of week 6 to really kind of give an idea of where I think everybody is at with the league, because I think that'll be a third of the way in, and I think that'll be I know we're starting to figure out who the good teams and the bad teams are, but I think week 6, as well as the good and bad players, we should have a much more definitive idea. I like to think of the league now in terms of thirds, because it's an 18-week season. Each team play 17 games plus one bye week. And the bye weeks are starting this week as well. Flip to Johnson, and he gets 5 yards there. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep giving it Rashawn Johnson. He's somebody I'm afraid could give the Detroit Lions some trouble when they play the Bears if he develops enough. But the Bears got to focus on developing their offensive line, their wide receivers. If Herbert is still the guy, if they should trade him for somebody better or somebody who's happy with being there, they got to figure all that out still. Because the Bears still seem like they want to be a defensive-minded team, like always. Fields passes, end zone, catches it to DJ Moore. Touchdown, Bears. All right. DJ Moore is here, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think I have him on any of my fantasy teams, but he seems to be doing well tonight. Justin Fields' passing appears to be improving as well. Now that he doesn't have to run the ball as often as he did last year. Now that he has a wide receiver weapon, that's really starting to gel. Just waiting for the PAT. Kick is up and it's good. So the second quarter just started, and the Bears had their second touchdown. 2 touchdowns and 1 field goal. I hear whistles. There's no flag, though. So maybe I was wrong about the Bears in this game. Then again, they got off to a great start last game, so still a whole lot of game left, and the Commanders did take the Eagles into overtime on a late rally. I haven't seen anything from Jahan Dotson yet in this game. No talk about Dan Snyder because he's sold the team. He's gone from Washington, and a lot of people are happy about that. People just hated that guy. I never paid much attention to him, but I'll take everybody's word for it. It sounds like he got away with a bunch of bad stuff. I remember once seeing footage of within the stadium, I guess sewer water leaking onto the fans in the seats, and everybody's screaming and getting away from it, almost like a natural disaster was happening. Kind of a funny one to some people, but also a very unpleasant experience to be a part of as well. Anyways, 1st and 10 for the Commanders. Sam Howell's getting everyone huddling. Meanwhile, Justin Herbert's playing around with a tablet in front of a kicker net. And it's 1st and 10 on the 25. Howell under center. Alert, single. Pitches it to the running back. And he gains probably 1 yard. Terrell Smith, a 5th-round draft pick, made the tackle. Second and 8. Howell in shotgun. Takes a snap. Quickly passes it to his right. And gains about a couple yards there. Curtis Samuel. That's a name I kind of remember. I also haven't anything from Scary Terry either. And we're at 3rd and 2. What will the Commanders do? They'll probably pass it. Oh, no. Howell's running himself. Or no, he passes it. The pass was caught, and did he get the first down? I thought it bounced off the ground. I got. Oh yeah, it almost hit the ground, and he caught it, and he got the first down. There you go, Commanders. There you go. First step. And it's 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. Howell on shotgun. Scrambling to his right. Quick pass to Jahan Dotson. And he almost dukes his way to the first down, but gets brought down. Oh, no, he did get the first down, they're saying. No, it's shy. That's too bad. Jahan Dotson, I also scouted him a lot. I thought the Lions might draft him for wide receiver, too, a couple years ago. You know, he's shorter, but he's really good route runner, like really agile, does all that competitive wide receiver stuff. But the Commanders drafted him in the first round when he was projected to go in the second round. So they did that same thing with Emmanuel, I think Mosley, the cornerback, the pick six king from this past college year. Is his name Emmanuel Mosley or Emmanuel Forbes? I can't remember. It's one of those. But that guy is super skinny also. Hopefully he hits the gym throughout this year and the next offseason. And, yeah. First and 10. They must have got a first down. 11 minutes to go. Howell on shotgun. Quick pass to the left. There's Scary Terry, number 17. Gains a few yards on that play. Tackled out of bounds. Commander Center Lucas Patrick's number 62 is walking around with trainers on the sideline. What is going on with injuries? Howell drops back to pass down the middle. First down. Runs over his first tackler and then gets brought down by a second one. Number 82 with a mustache. Except for that, Howell drops back. Deep, goes deep. And he just misses it right in front of the end zone. That was 2nd and 10. Dang, the timing was just off, but that wide receiver was wide open. Howell can run it. He can do those check down passes. He can beat you with the deep ball, too. And he almost did there. Apparently, the wide receiver went to the same college Howell did. They're both the alumni of the same UNC. Hands it off to the running back. 2nd and 10. Doesn't get much there. Switching to my water now with my Lions cup warmer. And it's 3rd and 9 for the Commanders at the 38-yard line. Howell's dropping back to pass again. Kind of scrambling to his left. And he goes deep again. And, pass is broken up. Double coverage. Jahan Dotson almost caught it. But there's a flag on the play. Offside defense. 5-yard penalty, third down. I was about to say, if that was pass interference, that would have now it's 3rd and 4. All right. Oh, flags are flying. Pass deflected and intercepted and fumbled. Almost picked off. A lot going on in that one. What's the flag? Offsides again? Illegal shift on offense. Now it's 4th down. Maybe we can make a toga with this blanket and that'll keep me warm because we're starting to get into the fall days after all. Excuse me, sorry. Toga, dudes. Now my legs are cold. Hang on. Oh, it's a 51-yard field goal attempt. The Commanders do rely on these often, and the kick is up, and it is good. It had the distance. Commanders are on the board. Even though Chicago's 4 for 4 on field goals, the Commanders do often attempt long field goals often, which is why their percentage was not as great, but Washington's on the board at least. Now it's a 2-touchdown game. (17-3). Well, my legs are cold because I have a fan going off over there. I have no idea if my room is going to be very hot or very cold tonight because even though it's normal temperatures outside, my room has been very hot when I go to bed. But that might change here soon. I don't know. Let's go ahead and take a look at the box score and see what people's stats are looking like so far. Justin Fields is 9 for 13, 156 yards, 2 touchdowns. Sam Howell is 6 for 8 for 36 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions. Khalil Herbert, 3 carries, 35 yards. Rashawn Johnson, 3 carries, 19 yards. Brian Robinson Jr. for Washington rushing, 6 carries, 10 yards. Chicago receiving, DJ Moore, 5 receptions, 137 yards already, and 2 touchdowns. So already a great fantasy day for DJ Moore. And then Washington receiving, Logan Thomas, 3 receptions, 18 yards. The Bears have 1 sack, while the Commanders also have 1 sack. And we're back. But yeah, I guess the Bears offense is developing. Showing Fields on the sideline. He's kind of pacing around, kind of looking around. He looks focused and determined. Wonder what he's thinking about right now. They love to show him on the sidelines. Now he's talking to a teammate, number 24. And the kickoff is happening underway. Sideline reporter. Okay. That center on the sideline with the trainers. Concussion protocol. You know what happens when someone's on concussion protocol. And now one of the guards is sliding over to center, I guess. I haven't heard too much about concussion protocols so far. Maybe some this season, but not a whole lot compared to last year. Oh, Fields fakes the hands off, runs it to his left toward the sidelines, gains about 6 yards, give or take. Oh, now they're showing the stats that, like I just described over here. Now they're talking about the same Bears offense stats on theirs. Copycats. Anyway, 2nd and 3, 8 minutes to go. Fields and shotgun. Ball at the 33. Fields drops back to the pass, goes down the center, down the middle, caught to Clement. First down and more. Just above the W logo on the field. You know how I had that idea last Sunday about having a Taylor tally for keeping track of every Taylor Swift mention and sighting? Apparently, I wasn't the only YouTuber who had that idea, and they kind of had a duel between Taylor Swift sightings and Aaron Rodgers sightings. So either people are stealing my ideas or I'm just not that original. I don't know. Khalil Herbert gains a few on that one. Right on the corner of the W is where he was tackled. Showing the replay, left guard pulling, almost tripped, but he still gets the block, which helped the run. There we go. Looks like I'm poking a hole with a fork into Cam Sutton's brain there, I know. Fields drops back, didn't pass nowhere. Now it's 3rd and 7. What will the Chicago Bears do on 3rd and 7? At the 53-yard line. Fields and shotgun, hands it off to the running back. Good blocking, and he makes it. Khalil Herbert for the first down. Not bad, Chicago, not bad. It came to play tonight. And no huddle, they're going to actually, no, 4th and inches. They didn't get it initially. 4th and inches there. Pile, 4th and inches. They're figuring it out. Looks like they got it. So 1st and 10. Chicago's moving the ball again. Herbert drops back the pass. Got time. Checks down, but misses to the out of bounds. Incomplete. Equia St. Brown. He's on the 33rd Team podcast with Amon-Ra St. Brown. I love their podcasts. They talk about some cool stuff there. I have yet to watch the most recent one. They had David Montgomery on the show, who was also a former Chicago Bear. Anyway, 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line. Whoa, that snap almost went above Fields' head, but he gets it to Herbert, and he runs 9. 3rd and 1 or 3rd and inches, whichever one. Third and 1. Everyone's all bunched up together. They know what's going to happen. The tush push. Looks like he got it. Another first down. Everybody's copying the Eagles now. But for that to work, you need Jalen Hurts. And you need some good offensive linemen. The Detroit Lions might be able to pull it off, but I don't remember seeing them do that too often. I don't know if you'd want to do that with Goff, though. Maybe Hendon Hooker. No, I don't think Hooker's that big either. He's like taller, lankier type. Oh, Herbert's he's scrambling around, sidestepping. Now he's trying to run it and gets back to the line of scrimmage. Doing the shimmy over here, and then tries to go around with it. So not too much going there. That's it for this drink, too. I had a tea and a water prepared for this game, and I've already gone through all of them. I'll take care of that later. Whoa, Fields pass. Down to the 20. To Cole Clement. Gains a few yards there. Clock is running. 2:57 to go in the second quarter. Almost a 2-minute warning, so 3rd and 4. Chicago is on a long, slowish drive, but they are driving the ball. They are eating the clock. Time of possession is on their side so far. A bunch of receivers lined up on the left. Fields gets the ball off toward the end zone and just missed. Darnell Mooney was in coverage and it was deflected, it looked like. Incomplete. So 4th and 4. And it's a 36-yard field goal attempt. Kick goes up, and it looks like it's going to be good, and it is good. So 20-3. Chicago's kicking is similar to that of the Lions, where like they don't kick often, but when they do, it's usually like, from 35 or yards or closer, give or take. I think the Lions, Patterson, he's accurate, but he's not known for long kicking. So the most he's kicked, longest field goal he's kicked so far this season is 38. And then he had another similar one, I think, at like 37 or something like that. So he hasn't had too many situations where he's had to kick deep. But the Lions offense is so good that they don't necessarily need that often. Like they can get far enough into the field where, like, if they fail to score a touchdown, which they often do score touchdowns, that they can get a field goal at a relatively easy distance for the kicker. And they are pretty aggressive on 4th down. Although I think Dan Campbell has kind of settled down and he's like a more normal play calling coach now. Like sometimes early in the season, like he'll make a mistake and he'll be conservative at the wrong time and he'll be aggressive at the wrong time. But I think even though Campbell has a reputation for being aggressive, I think he's a more normal play caller now. Maybe that's just because of the benefit of the situation. Like maybe he doesn't need to be aggressive because things are going so well for the offense that he doesn't need to be forced into a situation where he has to be aggressive. And maybe that's why it doesn't seem like he's being aggressive as often. But, whatever works best. No one knows what Dan's thinking but Dan. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, and I can tell on a replay that I missed something. It looks like Sam Howell threw an interception. Crap. This is why I shouldn't drink too much fluids. Dang it. Let me just double-check the play-by-play. Yep, G. Stroman got the interception. Well, at least, whoa, that pass was deflected, and it was a Chase Young deflected a pass that was meant to be a check down, but wow, I missed a Sam Howell interception like right down the middle there. And it's like, dang it. This must not be Sam Howell's game so far. But halftime, they'll make adjustments, and then we'll see what's going on. For a team to be successful, they have to be able to win the halftime adjustment battle. I know there's lots of battles within game battles, like the turnover battle, the tackle battle, but the halftime adjustment battle, I think, is another important one. And they're taking timeouts. Somebody took a timeout. I think it was. Nope, it's a 2-minute warning, so we're on commercial break. And I thought the 2-minute warning already happened. But wow. Yeah, the second week in a row where the NFC North team is dominating. Well, last week there was 2 NFC North teams. This week there's 1 NFC North team on Thursday night football. But we're continuing to represent the NFC North on Monday Night Football, and I'm a Detroit Lions fan, and I'm watching a Chicago Bears team. So even though I hope everybody expects the Bears to be at the bottom of the division. I hope, for the sake of them and their fans, they show improvement because they really they've had a bit of a losing stretch that's almost reached a calendar year, and I can sympathize with that because just a couple of years ago, the Lions had a very similar stretch, like right after they fired Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn, then Dan Campbell took over, and they started off losing several games, and then they had a tie, then they lost some more games, and then they finally beat the Vikings in early December on that pass to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And that's, in my opinion, I think when St. Brown became Goff's favorite quarterback target, and St. Brown became a core part of the identity of this Detroit Lions era, because that was their first win since the head coach, the quarterback, the GM all took over. And that is their first win, their first memory of their first win. And that is St. Brown who caught that catch, which is why St. Brown, I think, could be the Derek Jeter of the Lions. In my preseason predictions, I predicted that St. Brown would play so good that he would get votes for MVP in kind of a gritty, scrappy Derek Jeter type of way. Who is the favorite for MVP right now in the NFL? Maybe Tua Tagovailoa? Who would be a good candidate, I wonder? Maybe Josh Allen? Well, who's the Dallas Cowboys' best player? Like Dak Prescott? Micah Parsons, maybe? Even a defensive player could win it, maybe? It's usually a quarterback, right? Third and 7, 2-minute warning for the Bears. Hands it up to the running back, and he is easily another big hole. Gets first down and more, and he's still pushing the pile back. Wow. That was Khalil Herbert. He just pushed that herd of tacklers trying to tackle him and just kept going past the first down, going, and then he finally went down. Started off for some really good holes there. And that was a 3rd and 7 play, too. This is why I said to pay attention to Herbert. He had one blocker helping him, but 3 or 4 Commanders players trying to tackle him, and they just kept going. That is impressive. Wouldn't be able to get away with the Lions because the Lions are not a finesse team. Khalil Herbert gets it again and goes to the sideline. Couple of yards, maybe. 1:07 to go in the half. Talking about David Montgomery leaving. Thank you, Chicago. Oh, Fields is scrambling to his left. He's going for that out of bounds. He gets the first down and more as he slides, kind of. There's that Herbert speed. Maybe if I just took off this shirt and then wore this like a toga, then it would actually be like a toga. But it's not really it's like a blanket, like a wool blanket instead of like a sheet cloth. Oh, field pass caught. Cole Kmet, touchdown Bears. I'm yapping, and they scored another touchdown. What kind of play was that? Just Herbert just kind of scrambles to his left, around, and then the tight end did a kind of a outward post, kind of. And the Bears are booing the Commanders. They are embarrassed for their team. They are not liking the performance they're giving out. Yeah, pretty much the way to describe it, I guess. The Bears love doing that home run thing for their touchdown. But hey, Commanders, Rome wasn't built in a day. I mean, you have a new owner, so start small and continue to build and work your way and everything. Assuming the regime for the GMs and everybody is still going to be intact. With new owners, they love to make changes. So just look at Sheila Ford Hamp, even though she's like the controlling owner, and then she started doing her thing. What was the score of the Denver Broncos and Chicago Bears game at halftime last week? 28-3? 28-7, maybe? 27-3. I think the main difference really being their opponent has scored less points so far. But I'm just saying, we have a whole other half to play than where anything could happen. I should just save this snack in this bucket for halftime, and that would be the red bait. Then everybody would be like, what the heck? He's eating out of a popcorn bucket with Detroit Lions players on it. You know what? I appreciate this guy. But I'm not even trying to do a red bait tonight, like I already talked about, so I'm out of ideas. And I think I'm having some sort of jinx on the NFL right now, so I'm trying to cool it. I'm going to check my YouTube analytics real quick. I'm curious if my short has more views and people are trying to rely on it, depend on it more. Well, still around that 320 range, so 327. We're back, but my thing is skipping. I'm responding to a YouTube comment as the kickoff is going on, so don't mind me for a second here. Howell's going to move his left, gets rid of it out of bounds. So, Sam Howell dropped check down Yeah, it's a lot of checkdowns I'm noticing in this game. You tend to notice that with the not elite teams, I suppose. Another check down. And he gets a first down there. They're booing the Commanders taking a timeout. Just any little thing the Commanders do, they have to boo them because that's how annoyed they are with them right now. I wonder if Ron Rivera will still be with the Commanders after this season, or their GM or whoever. This new owner might look to start fresh with everything. We'll see though. And it's halftime, and there's the booing. We're showing Chase Young looking sad while the Bears jog off into the tunnel. Interviewing head coach, working on detail. Why are they working? What will you tell your team at the half? It's 0-0 to us. Focus and finish. All right, we are at halftime. Nobody's rating me, so good. I don't feel any pressure to do anything, so oh, it's a Captain Marvel preview. Okay, that's really bad handwriting. But, what can you expect writing from that angle, I guess I'll just continue to eat until the third quarter comes around. There we go. Let's get Aiden Hutchinson in there. I can't open this one-handed. Shoot. I'll do it later. So my streaming plan for Sunday, I think I'll probably do the Lions. Maybe not the Lions. I don't know. I'll do either the Lions and Panthers or the Cowboys and 49ers. Or both. I really haven't decided yet. I feel like my priority should be with the Lions. But I do intend to watch both those games. I should probably watch Monday Night Football because I skipped the last Monday Night Football. So I guess it depends on how much I have stuff I have going on outside of the YouTube NFL life. I might as well just make this a full week, I guess. Is this the same, close to the same score the Lions had against the Packers last Thursday night? Something like that. Or the Lions might have had 24. I don't remember that much. Hey, what's up, Quandelet? Thank you for stopping by and visiting me. So I'm just kind of having a chill night streaming. Just watching some Bears and Commanders. This game is going the reverse of what I was expecting. The Bears are dominating this game. It's the second straight Thursday night football game where an NFC North team is dominating at this like this in the half, in the first half at least. So, but yeah, just feel free to comment whatever. I think you're the only one watching right now, so I could talk with you. I could ramble on. So I'm not doing a raid bait because I'm kind of trying to take a break from that, trying to cool off on that for a little bit. I'm trying other things. So I'm trying to live stream less and do more actual YouTube videos, more of different things like power rankings. And I'm going to do a mock draft tomorrow because mock drafts are one of my favorite things about YouTube to do. And I like doing the mock drafts during the Lions rebuild back when, the Lions were not as good, not contenders, but we still had hope. But now we're kind of at a point where we are contenders, and we don't necessarily need to focus on the mock draft as like the number one thing. So hopefully that's the case, and the Lions are still going to be good. I think they'll still be good throughout the year, but mock drafts are fun, even all the way this early in the NFL season. And I prefer to start them during week 4 or week 5, somewhere around that range. So that way we kind of have an idea of what teams need and which college football players are performing the best so far. So I know there's the quarterbacks like Caleb Williams and J.J. McCarthy, and then that wide receiver, Marvin Harrison Jr., the one from UNC. The Lions almost beat Bills last season. Yeah, I remember that. That was a good game. I was back and forth, trying to watch that game and trying to have family conversations. So, standard Thanksgiving stuff. So, if the Lions played the Bills this year, I think they probably could beat them. Although the Bills, I think, have gotten better too. But I think, it's kind of tough to say, honestly. Depends on how well they can cover Diggs, in my opinion. But their secondary is better this year too. So, but also right now the Lions are really banged up too. They have a lot of players who are missing practices and trying to rest their injuries and all that. So So I'm just kind of waiting and just for the third quarter to start. So Lions are way better than I thought. Yeah, us Lions fans knew that this was going to be a good year for the Lions. So like the NFL fans in general, like who root for other teams, they might have thought, they might be average, like whatever, this and that. And there was actually a lot of hype this season for the Lions. So they've been rebuilding, and it's in the way that Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes, their general manager, have imagined. They're really good at the play action on the offense. They got a good offensive line and good running backs, and they're running the ball, and to condition the defense to expect the run, and then that's when they hit you with the play action pass. And then that's where they throw it to Amon-Ra St. Brown in the middle of the field on his slant plays, and that's how they get their first down. And now they're doing that same thing with Sam Laporta, and those two players have been dominating because of that. So offense, that's how they've been doing really, really good. And the defense has showed up. Their defensive line is doing what we all expected them to do, and they're becoming monsters. Aiden Hutchinson's doing his thing, and Ali McNeil, he's in his third year, and he's underrated, but he's really doing a lot of damage as well. And several other players like Isaiah Buggs is back, John Kaminsky's back. The Aquara brothers, they're a part of it. Charles Harris, and then you have linebackers who are really good at like chasing down the dual threat quarterbacks and the running backs. Like Jack Campbell, Alex Anzalone's got better at that. Rodrigo, when he's in there in the rotation. Derek Barnes he's the linebacker you want in when you want to blitz, and the Lions do like to blitz. And then Brian Branch has been doing really good at, pass deflections and chasing down those people as well, and doing really well in coverage too. So, the Lions have improved quite a bit there. Have a good one. Have a good football practice. Thanks for stopping by tonight. So, anyways, still waiting for the third quarter to begin. Let's see if I can refresh everyone's memories on these statistics before the third quarter starts. Let's check the box score. Justin Fields is 12 for 20 for 189 yards, 3 touchdown passes, while Sam Howell was 9 for 13 for 71 yards and 1 interception. Khalil Herbert, 9 carries, 76 yards. Justin Fields as a rushing quarterback also had 6 carries for 27 yards. Nothing relevant for Commanders rushing, but DJ Moore, 5 receptions, 137 yards already, and 2 touchdowns, while Cole Kmet, 5 receptions, 42 yards, and 1 touchdown. Logan Thomas has for the Commanders has 4 receptions for 42 yards. And for the Commanders defense, Montez Sweat. I remember saying his name toward the start. Sweat, he has 1.5 sacks, while Chase Young has half a sack. So Montez Sweat. I just love the fact that his last name is Sweat, which reminds me, when I do this first mock draft, it'll be a round 1 mock draft of all 30 NFL teams. There are a lot of awesome sounding names to go over there. There's Chop Robinson, somebody Newton. Those are the 2 I remember right now, but third quarter starting. Juan Rivera, sideline reporter. Say to try to rally. What'd you say? You let them talk to each other. Doing it for each other more so than anything else. Howell scrambling. Dump, checks down. Oh, and he breaks through a tackle. First down and more. Down to the 40, down to the close to the 50. That was like a 20-yard gain. I thought he was tackled as soon as he caught that check down. Yeah, that was good blocking by the Commanders. Even a pancake on that one. I always think I always figured if you're trying to rebuild a team like with your offense, you want to first be able to build it to get out of adversity and bad situations. Kind of like in Kill Bill Volume 2 when the I forget the trainer's name. Howell passes down the middle, down to the W logo on the field and completes. Not a first down, but close. Anyways, Kill Bill Volume 2, the head karate guy, he's like, his first thing is, I want you to be able to break this. And then just has him hitting the drill, like right there, right in front of you. He's like, what if the enemy is right in front of you? Then what would you do then? You got to be able to hit him like that, Worst case scenario, you got to be able to get out of that. So back to this. Build your offense to where you're in the worst case scenario. You're going through your progressions. Your first option's not open, the second option. And then your check down is where you got to go. That check down person, that's a first down, by the way, pass caught. The check down option has to be able to catch the ball and get the same amount of yards that your first option would be able to get. And that's just my opinion there. And if you're behind in the third or fourth quarter, then you have to have an offense that can be efficient enough to come back, which means, passing offense is important there so you can preserve the clock as best you can for your advantage, Howell jacks down to the left again, and that's a first down and more. So that's kind of like what this Commanders offense is doing right here, I think. They're doing what I was talking about. Although in general for offense, when you're rebuilding, you want to start with the running game, and you want a deep threat to help stretch the offense, but, you want to start with a running game because, that helps set up the passing game, and then you can eat the clock if you're ahead, which is exactly what the Lions have been doing, and that's why their offense has been so successful so far this year and for much of last year. Black hole. I love it. Howell and shotgun at the 34, and he goes deep to the end zone, out of bounds, but there's a flag on the play. Yellow cloth on the field. Pass interference on defense. That's a spot foul. Automatic first down. Where did it? That was like at the 4-yard line, 3-yard line. So I imagine that's where the ball's going to be at. So we're at first and goal. It's at the 2-yard line, actually. Howell under shotgun. Fakes the handoff. Howell scrambling to his left. And he passes. Caught. Touchdown, Commanders. That's Logan Thomas. See, it's not over. The comeback is beginning. We know that they're going to make adjustments. And here it is. Are they going for 2? They're going for 2. Ooh, this is getting interesting. There we go. Howell and shotgun. Scrambling is right. He's going to pass it. No, he pump fakes, and he's going to run it in himself, and he makes it. The 2-point conversion is good. Howell ran it in himself. He pump faked, and he kept scrambling, and then he just fought his way in there, and he got it. See, Sam Howell is good. He does stuff like that. He can be dual threat. Like, you don't know what he's going to do. If he's going to pass it, he's going to run it. He is kind of like that dual threat quarterback in that Aaron Rodgers sort of way, I would like to, dare I say. 27-11. So, what's 27 subtract 11? My brain is tired right now. So, 26-16. So, 16-point lead, which means 2 touchdowns. That'll be 12. Oh, man. The Commanders would need to score 2 more touchdowns plus 2 more 2-point conversions to tie the game. They got their work cut out for them. Let's see if they can do it. The Broncos did it last week against this team, so. Or will the Bears not let history repeat itself? For all you NFL quarterbacks watching this live stream, get used to this face. Jordan Love had to. And the week before that, Desmond Ridder. Get used to that face in your face as you get sacked. Yeah. Fields is running off the ball. He ran to his right and he ran the other way. Now he's 3-yard gain after all that. Fields doesn't run and scramble as much as he did last year, but which is smart because you don't want him to get injured from all the running. And you want him to develop as a passer, you would think. And that's what we're seeing in this game, especially when you have a good wide receiver like DJ Moore who has 3 touchdown passes tonight. If you have DJ Moore on your fantasy team, then you are off to a good start for this week. Oh, Fields is running it up the middle himself again, and he's getting a first down, forced out of bounds. Good blocking there. Good blocking. Darnell Wright. He was drafted in the first round this last draft. Interesting enough, the Eagles and the Bears swapped spots at 8 and 9, and then the Bears got Darnell Wright while the Eagles were able to get Jalen Carter. The only scenario I could think of as to why like something like that would happen is that the Bears probably blackmailed the Eagles and said like, hey, we have this team that's calling the trade for our spot and they want Jalen Carter. We're going to take it unless you swap picks with us and give us like your 4th round pick. So trade with us or we're going to let the other team have it. It's like, okay, we'll do it. And because Jacksonville did something similar to – they traded down twice with other teams in the 20s of the draft. That's the only thing I can think of to why those scenarios would happen. I could be wrong. Somebody could has a report out there about it. But, again, the Bears were one spot ahead of the Eagles, and then they swapped picks because the Bears basically blackmailed the Eagles into saying, hey, we're going to trade this pick away to this other team who wants Jalen Carter unless you trade spots with us right now and also give us your 4th later round draft pick right now. It's like, okay, we don't want that to happen. We'll do what you want because we want Jalen Carter that badly. That's my theory anyway. I could be wrong. I probably am wrong. But what else could it have been? Maybe I'm just watching too much of that movie Draft Day, which was a really good movie. It was the perfect movie for me to watch in preparation of the NFL draft, even though it was based 10 years ago. Fields is scrambling again. Pass is incomplete. That was 3rd and 5. The first down marker was literally the center of the field. And it looks like it's 4th and 5. So the Commanders' defense is waking up or the Bears' offense is struggling now. Either way, the Bears are forced to punt. Almost got sacked, but he slipped away. Oh, Khalil Herbert tried to catch that, but he's down. He's injured. His leg bent like in a really weird way there. That's unfortunate. Herbert was having a good game. For him to get injured like that after having a good game, that would be unfortunate. Aside from Herbert, Fields. Aside from Fields, I feel like Herbert is kind of the identity of the Bears offense. Like with the Lions, these 3 guys are a big part of the Lions' offensive identity as well. Quarterback Jared Goff, wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown, and offensive tackle Penei Sewell. And lots of other players are contributing as well. Taylor Decker when he's in healthy. Frank Ragnow, those are all offensive linemen. And Jonah Jackson, the left guard. And then whoever's playing right guard right now, I can't keep track because of all the injuries and stuff like that. Sam Laporta. I almost said TJ Hawkinson out of habit there. Tight end. Marvin Jones Jr., he once Lion and then returning Lion. He's done next to nothing for us so far, but he is on the team. And, of course, Josh Reynolds, who is a really reliable, and then he always gets a big pass play when you least expect it. And trusted receiver option for Goff, too, who's played with him for so long and he knows him. Oh, and guess who's coming back? There's always one of these every year, like this year and last year. The Jameson Williams returns game. Jameson Williams is coming back in this game because the suspension got reduced and Jameson Williams could come back. I like to think the NFL probably trying to screw the Lions over by taking away their star receiver was like, oh, well, they doing really well. They beat the Chiefs and they beat the Falcons and they beat the Packers on prime time. And, yeah, we give up with this strategy of trying to screw you guys over without your wide receiver so you can just have them back. And that's what happened. Because the Lions prove that they can have a really good offense and they can win with or without Jameson Williams. But it's like another second season where Jameson Williams has to work his way back into the system and get warmed up again. So only Jamison Williams should be NFL ready. All right, the punt happened. He caught it at the 11, and he ran across the field, and he's still getting it out of bounds, I think, to the 20. All right, enough of the toga stuff. Anyway, 1st and 10. Ball at the 30-yard line. Howell shotgun, running back on his left. Takes a snap, passes up the middle. About a 6-yard gain there. Logan Thomas, number 82. Eric the Enemy. I heard that name again. He must be the Commanders' offensive coordinator. Just what a bad last name to have. It's like you're telling everybody that you have to be the enemy, just having a last name, the Enemy. Imagine if my name was Oren the Enemy. First down, caught by that same receiver, but it's fumbled, and the Bears land on it. Oh, boy. The Bears, the wide receiver fumbled it, and the Bears went back on it. Turnovers are huge. Wow. The Commanders' momentum is gone now after that. Yeah, they pulled away the receiver's hand grabbing the ball, and that's what caused it to come out, apparently. So credit the Bears' defense for their fundamentals and techniques for ball stripping. It is a very hard thing to do in sports. One of the hardest things to do, in my opinion, is to strip a ball from somebody. I remember they trained us to do that in high school football, and even then it was difficult with the techniques they were trying to teach us. Anyways, Fields drops back, and we get sacked. Came out of nowhere. Jonathan Allen, number 93. Showing the replay. He was double teamed. And then the other guy left, and then he ripped through, and then he just found him right there and he picked him up and then put him on the ground. You're not seeing too many players penalized for quarterback hits or anything like that. I don't know if that was a rule change or if people are getting better at tackling the quarterbacks or what. Fields passes, and it's out of bounds, incomplete. But there's a flag on the play. Oh, they're taking him back for a legal shift. No flag. Talk to the hand because the face don't want to hear it anymore. Could I make a hood out of this? No, I can't. 3rd and 15. They're literally at the center of the field, 49-yard line. It looks like an offsides penalty on somebody. False start on offense. This game was somewhat interesting to me, but that being said, I'm still tired, and that's just because of me waking up at 5 a.m. a whole lot, trying to train myself to work out early and then go to work and then go to bed early type of thing. Oh, Fields dodged a sack and he gets rid of the ball under pressure. Edge rushers beware. Penei Sewell. And the opponent. Commercial break. All right, we are back. That's the last time Bears won when they played New England on primetime. I think I remember watching a good percentage of that game. They looked really good in that game. The Patriots are not a good team after Tom Brady left. I think it wasn't so much Belichick as it was Tom Brady as to why those teams were so successful for so long. Silent reporter. Khalil Herbert running up and down the sidelines. Right ankle injury. He's taped up. Ankle taped up. Roshan Johnson's out because of a concussion. Shoot. A lot of running backs are out. Ooh, Howell deep pass. Caught. Gibson caught it. Down at the 35. What is that, a 30-plus? 41-yard gain there. Nice pass by Howell. Just a blanket. I didn't realize how many Chicago running backs were injured right now. They're like on their third string people, I guess. Howell to Dotson again, first down and more. Quick pass across the middle. Dotson is clutch. He'll get that clutch catch. Clutch catch Dotson. That's my nickname for them. Oh, and I figured out my nickname for the team I hate most, the Wicked Witch of the Pacific Northwest, Seattle Seahawks. Boom. Excuse me. First and 10, 21-yard line. Howell drops back, and he is getting sacked. That guy came out of nowhere. 27. Strawman. No one even touched him. And he just sprinted right up from behind on Howell's blind side. Second down now. Who's supposed to get him? Oh, wow. So he looked like he was lining up against the receiver, and then the receiver went to run a route, and then that guy didn't cover him, and it was a disguised blitz thingy, and that guy did the blitz. I hope that makes sense. I'm more of a lineman-oriented football fan than I am secondary or wide receiver-oriented fan. Now it's 3rd and 12. 4:28 to go in the third quarter, and the clock is counting. Here we go. Ball on the 23. Howell drops back, and he's tries to scramble up the middle, and he's still scrambling. Pump fakes, and he's running still, and he's close to the first down, and he's a couple yards shy. Wow. Howell scrambled to get through a bunch. He initially tried to go up the middle, but ran into his own lineman as they're trying to block for him, and then just scrambled to his right, and then nearly got the first down there. 4th down, though. And they're booing the Commanders because the field goal unit's coming out. Man, when Sam Howell can scramble, he scrambles. It's almost like his last year at North Carolina was his field goal is up and kick is up and good, by the way. 14 score Commanders, but it's almost like his last year at North Carolina was his trial and training for being a mobile quarterback, whereas the rest of his years there was, good for passing and decision-making and processing and all that. In my opinion, guys, Sam Howell is just the complete quarterback. He just needs more around him, and he could really be something special. Let me change the score over here. I think he has good wide receivers, but the Commanders' offensive line isn't necessarily the best. Neither team in this has the best line. If they did, they'd probably have better records. I'm so tired. I've been going to bed at 9 at night, and then waking up at 5 so I can wake up and go to Planet Fitness right away and get my workout in and get it out of the way for the day. So I'm seeing results when I do that. It's just an adjustment, you know. I'll probably sleep in a bit, though. And then I'll go to work out in the night. Today's kind of a rest day for me. Dancing to the music they're showing, as they're showing the Pentagon. No, not the Pentagon, the monument, Washington Monument. They're showing Bears, you remember back in my day when this and that. Wait a minute, that's that guy who passed away today. I'm sorry. Yes, rest in peace to whoever that is. I don't know anything about him, but I know a lot. He had an inspiration for a lot of people. So, yes, my condolences and my sympathies there. Kickoff is underway. 3:17 to go in the third quarter. Bears are still up by, what is it now? 13? What's 27 subtract 14? Yeah, 13. So Washington needs 2 more touchdowns plus 2 extra points to take the lead. Can they make a comeback? We shall find out. But right now the Bears have the ball. They're saying Herbert's back in the game? Oh, Fields keeps it and scrambles to his right, gains about 3 yards. Apologies for my quietness. I'm just trying to listen to the announcers. I think they're talking about the schemes and whatnot. Just announcers being announcers, I guess. 2nd and 6 anyway. Fields under shotgun. Or no. Yes, he is in shotgun. And the hike. Wow. Okay, so what just happened? So the snap was high, and he gets it like that, and he kind of swats it forward, and then he runs up and catches it, and then he gets a first down and gets tackled. Okay, it whoop, boof, and then he catches it and then goes for the first down right up the middle. That is the second time I've seen a high snap from the Bears long snapper. They got to work on their fundamentals or replace them. I don't know. I think their main center is out for the game, and they had to replace them. So Herbert just kind of fell down there as he tried to go around, but nowhere to go anyway. Now he's going off the field. Got to ease his way back in. Got to look at the big picture with these situations. And the Lions are like that too. They, you want to see the players you want in there, but you want them healthy long term. The Lions have their share of injuries to deal with there too. .106 to go in the third quarter. Fields passes it to Moore. And he's going, and he's still going. He's hopping. He was stopped outside the 30-yard line. They caught him. The cornerback covering him tried to go for the interception and deflected, and then he overshot it and then couldn't tackle him after that, so he kept going. But he was out of bounds at the 30-yard line, and then he was hopping toward the end zone. Another big play by G.J. Moore. Anyways, 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Hands it off to a running back. Gains about 3 yards there. 35. I don't recognize who that is. Probably one of the third-string running backs. It is kind of a scary thought for the Lions because when they released their initial roster, they only had 2 running backs on there. But, Craig Reynolds, they got him back through some technicalities. And then they had Jason Cabinda, who is the fullback. And he's dealing with injuries now, too, from what I've heard. He's been dealing with injuries a lot, since he's been here. So, but Dan Campbell likes him because he loves having that, fullback option in case he needs it, I guess. But then they got Zonovan Knight from the Jets practice squad, and he's been serviceable when he had some carries in the game I went to at the Lions and Falcons game when David Montgomery was not playing. So, I'm just talking about the running backs being healthy because apparently the Bears have a lot of not healthy running backs right now. I was wondering where Rashawn Johnson went because he had a string of nice run plays, and I was praising him as a bell cow runner that I scouted during the NFL draft. But I guess he got concussion protocoled and is out of the game because of that. So, Bears. You'd think they'd run the ball and run the clock down because they're 2 scores ahead, Maybe one more touchdown to put the game to bed because the 4th quarter is coming up. I thought about doing another weekly YouTube video of where I do my predictions all in one, predict the scores and who's going to win for each team. But I kind of realized it's kind of redundant since I already do the primetime preview shorts and the previous videos anyway. So I feel like I'd be making predictions for that and then predictions for the games that would also matter, both at the same time. So, I'm just sticking with what I have and going with that. I want to do power rankings quite a bit, and I want to do mock drafts quite a bit. And I want to do Lions post-game analysis quite a bit too. So, and I want to try to do content focused on my team, the Detroit Lions, even though I've been doing a lot of my content is NFL based as well. But, trying new things, still trying to figure out my identity as a NFL YouTuber, as a Detroit Lions fan YouTuber, as a casual Lions fan. That's probably my identity, just appealing to casual viewers as best I can. Hand off to the running back, runs into a pile, gains about a yard or 2. Now it's 3rd down. St. Juste preparing for the kicking or maybe the punting. I don't know. Fields passed down the field in the end zone. Just too far. Incomplete. It is 4th and 5. I can feel myself falling asleep. Not because of the game, but just because of me. What is Washington going to do? What is Chicago going to do? Field goal unit? maybe. Yep. 43-yard attempt for Santos. The kick is up, and it is good. Kind of the lower left corner there. Washington or Chicago has scored 30 points. It's like you're a Detroit Lions team. Because the Lions score 30 points all the time. So now they are up by 16 points. It's going to make it more difficult for the Commanders to come back. But if they can come back against the Eagles, then they should be able to come back against the Commanders. Although it is the fourth quarter now, and as soon as Chicago gets the ball back, they should be able to just, run the ball, run the clock out. They're talking about the owner situation now for the Commanders. $6.1 billion. They're showing him in the owner's box. Oh, wow. He kind of looks like Gary Busey, if I'm being honest. Like, the teeth alone just reminds me of Gary Busey. Utah! Make it 2. Point Break. Great movie. The original Point Break movie. Anyway, Howell, 1st and 10. Now he's under pressure, and he's scrambling. He's breaking tackles. He eventually gets sacked, but he kind of gained some yards, I guess. 5-yard gain. The announcers are talking like they're surprised about his agility. But this I have always known about Howell. Howell's under pressure, and he gets it. Pass is caught. 1st down and more. But there's a flag on the play. Why did it have to be the Commanders that Sam Howell went to? Defense, illegal contact. Decline 1st down. While the QB was in the pocket. Just imagine if Sam Howell was drafted by any other team. Like, he was the very first pick of the 5th round in that year. I know it wasn't a great quarterback class in the grand scheme of things, but Sam Howell's shown you guys. Drops back, scrambles to his left, gets rid of the ball, down the middle, caught 1st down by number 3. He ran backwards for a little bit. I don't know why. Probably to try to get around the other defenders, maybe. Oh, Pringle. I remember that name, Pringle. $50 line, 1st and 10. Noah pass by Howell. Broken up. Almost interception. Intended for Pringle again. There's a name I love, Pringle. I love NFL players who have catchy names, attention-grabbing names, which is why I'm looking forward to doing this NFL draft. Kool-Aid McKinstry. There's another example of a name from the NFL draft. Howell passes down the middle. Caught. Just shy of the first down, but there's a flag. Nope, no foul. Never mind. They threw it for illegal contact, so never mind. I think the refs have called a really good game in this game, so no controversial calls that come to mind. I think they called a fair game, as far as I can tell. Then again, it's a primetime game, and all eyes are on them, so they can't get away with trying to screw any particular team over. Plus, neither one of these teams are relevant anyway, so. Oh, Howell almost gets sacked, but he gets rid of it. Could have been an intentional grounding, maybe? Gervin Dexter, really? He's the one that got there? Gervin Dexter is supposed to suck, though. Is it that he got through? 99. He's too tall to be a good one. He barely got even blocked. What was that offensive lineman doing? Like he brushed him off and like went after the cornerback or something. Howell drops back, goes deep, passes, caught. Oh no, it's not. It fell out. Maybe that will be challenged. I don't know. Logan Thomas, mustache. 3rd and 10 anyway. Oh no, he never had a chance of catching that. It like bounced off his hand and it was like tumbling off his forearm and onto the ground. Dang. I kind of take back what I said about the Commanders' wide receivers. They got to catch the ball better. Anyways, 3rd and 10. Howell gets rid of it to number 2, and he gets the first down at the 30. That was Brown. They're away from the logo, and they're at the 30, 28-yard line. Howell throws down the middle again. Pass is caught to number 4 within the 5. Curtis Samuel. Now it's 1st and goal. It's kind of the quick passes, and he's downfield, and now they're catching it. 1st and goal. First and goal. Howell scrambling to his left. Attempted to pass to 82, but it was deflected. Incomplete. 2nd and goal. I nailed this poster to the wall on all 4 corners, but somehow the paper has made it through the screw, and it's been bleeding all night. I apologize about that. I strive for perfection in my backgrounds. 2nd and goal. At the 3-yard line. Howell dropped back to pass and deflected. Decent coverage. Incomplete. 3rd and goal. Brown. Again, Brown. Try not to think of Antonio Brown. 3rd and goal. Howell and shotgun. Running back on his left. Howell drops back to pass. Up in the air. Wide open. Touchdown, Commanders. Curtis Samuel. I am happy for Sam Howell. They're going to go for 2. It's getting interesting. kind of what I was predicting about the comebacks. Yeah, it was wide open. I don't know how he got so wide open like that. I think I need a haircut. It feels like I do. But I'm used to having my hair short all the time. All right, 2-point conversion attempt. Howell and shotgun. In motion. Curtis Samuel. Howell's dropping back to pass. Now he's scrambling. And he's not going to make. Oh, he lobs it up, and it's intercepted. As he was going down, he tried to lob it up, but it got caught by the Bears. So 2-point attempt, no good. Give Sam Howell an offensive line, and I think he can make more magic. Hail Howell. I love that in the stands. So it's a 10-point game. 10 points away now. Commanders are running out of time, though. If you're the Bears, you just eat as much time as you possibly can. Let's check out the box score so far. Justin Fields, 14 for 27, 226 yards, 3 touchdowns. Sam Howell, 26 for 35. Wow, that's a lot. 275 yards and 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. So he has more passing yards now than Fields. Sam Howell has 3 carries for 18 yards as well. And then much of the other stats are relatively the same for rushing because a lot of the Chicago rushers, running backs, are injured. DJ Moore has 7 receptions for 174 yards with 2 touchdowns still. Cole Clement, 5 receptions, 42 yards, 1 touchdown. Logan Thomas, 8 receptions, 64 yards, 1 touchdown. Let's look at some of those people we were watching. Curtis Samuel, 3 receptions, 34 yards, 1 touchdown. He seemed like he was doing some stuff there. Jahan Dotson's sort of been quiet tonight. 3 receptions for 30 yards. Dang, and I started him in my fantasy league over Drake London. Terry McLaurin, 2 receptions for 13 yards. Also pretty quiet. All right, we're back. Bound up. Bears have 2 sacks, and Washington has 3 sacks. First and 10 for the Bears. Herbert and shotgun. Fields and shotgun. I don't know why I said Herbert there. Running back gets about 5 yards. Blaster, I think his name is. 35. Blast a game. Something. Blah. I'll just call him Blah. You're beeping, you're done. Second and 5 on the 30-yard line. Hand off to the running. No, Fields keeps it. And he tries to bulldoze his way. He gets about a few yards shy. 3 yards, give or take. Third and 2. Fields in shotgun. Scrambling to his left. Passes. Incomplete. Why are you passing the ball? I know, the ball for 90 seconds. The announcer's saying the same thing I'm saying. You only have the ball for 90 seconds now. You're going to have to punt. Oh, the Bears. Now I realize why Denver came back against you. But there's 9:20 left in the game. We're in the fourth quarter. Oh, we're in the fourth quarter. I never updated this. Apologies on that. So is the comeback for real? It seems like Chicago just handed the Commanders their own chance. Almost like they're daring their offense to come back on them. Real ballsy on the Bears' part, I guess. But I want to see if Sam Howell can do another comeback again. Of course, the Commanders got to get better at getting ahead in the first half, or at least making it even in the first half. You don't want to have to try to come back late in the game every single time. But if you have to, then you've got to have a team that best be prepared to do that, which is what I was talking about earlier. Just has one interception in this game. Crazy. The one time I had to get up and use the restroom, he threw that interception. First and 10 at the 20-yard line. Howell drops back. Progressions, checks down, but incomplete. Juan Rivera looks like a statue as he watches on the sideline with his headset on. I wonder if he'll have another post game press conference where he flips out and leaves. Howell dropping back down the center, passes caught, first down and more. Curtis Samuel. Oh, Howell scrambling. He's going to his right. He gets through. He's getting tackled right, gaining about half a yard, maybe. Escaped a sack, though. I think fans and the NFL are realizing just how capable Sam Howell is. I think. Yes, Washington can come back. Whoa, Quan, I didn't realize that you come back till just now. You're back. Washington can come back. Yes, I agree. Oh, and Howell is sacked this time, unfortunately. I mean, Chicago was in a situation where they should have run the ball, but they only had the ball for 90 seconds before Washington got it back. So it's like, yeah, what are you doing? Announcers are saying like he was trying to scramble when he didn't need to, I guess. Third and 13. Howell gets rid of it, checks down, and he leaps for the first down, and I think he got it. Thomas. What's the whistle? There's an injury. Bears player down. Whew, what a leap. That defender like caught him in like midair like that and like slowed him down. I love that. Just it's like if Thor was trying to like stop a stormtrooper on a speeder bike. It's like runs into his arm. Thor, the god of thunder. And we're on a commercial break from the timeout. There you go. You can see the P on primetime now. Hopefully. Oh, Loki season 2 is now streaming. Right when Ahsoka just finished streaming, so maybe I'll check that out. Maybe not. Disney Plus just increased their monthly payments, so I don't know if I will stand for that. I'll wait for somebody to watch the Loki episodes on YouTube, and then they'll talk about it, and then I'll make my determination there if it's worth it for Loki season 2. Because before Ahsoka, I believe it was Marvel Secret Invasion was the show that was in focus. Which, in hindsight, when I think about that show, it just seemed relatively boring, I guess. The finale fight with all like the superpowers, even like that, I guess. Maybe. But yeah, that the people who have those powers, they gotta be like the strongest people in the universe now. Okay, still commercials. I'm just looking around YouTube right now. Anything interesting? Oh, yep, we're back. 1st and 10. Right on the center of the field, the W logo on the field. Just saw a really cute animation of a cat on a YouTube short. Oh, Howell's going deep. He's going deep. Oh, incomplete. But there's a flag on the play. Intended for Scary Terry. No foul for defensive pass interference. Maybe that will be challenged. Can you challenge that? All right, 2nd and 10. Now they're at the 45-yard line. Howell's possessions, top passes it. Passes caught down to the 30, to 25. There's Scary Terry with that. 6:24 left to go in the game. How about the location on this ball? The touch on this ball. Sam Howell, maybe he has it all. All right. Howell's dropping back. Across the corner. Dawson had a one-handed catch, but he caught it like way out of bounds. Dang it. I'm hearing whistles for a game stoppage. What is going on? What? Smith Ricky cornerback being escorted into the tunnel. Injury, maybe? 27 is also now out. They're saying the Bears' depth is being tested. Welcome to the club. Lots of teams are having injuries this year so far, so some of it's exaggerated, some of it is not. Howell checks down, catches it, but he falls down. Now it's 3rd down. And now there's another Bears injury. 5:36 left to go in the game. The injury's still going on. Lots of trainers around them doing their jobs. Meanwhile, they're focusing on Matt Eberflus's face, who is looking down like, I don't know. It just looked weird, I guess. This game is incredibly low stakes, by the way. I'm just looking at the standings over here. The Bears will probably be in last place, while the Commanders will probably still very easily be in third place in their division. The pickings were probably slow for Thursday Night Football for this slot, so why not put the Bears and Commanders in there again, I guess. Howell dumps it off. Oh, he misses it. Right through his hands. Now it's 4th and 15. They're going to go for another field goal. Yeah, it just went right through his hands. His timing on trying to catch it was just a tad late. Yeah, I said this wide receiver core for the Commanders was good, but just too many missed catches, I guess. Some of them maybe Howell wasn't always accurate, but I think it's more the Commanders. Whoa, the kick is up, and it is no good. Wow. Wide to the right. How far out was that? Yeah, to be expected with the kicker. I mean, he's not perfect, but he's asked to make the Commanders kicker, but he's asked to make a lot of deep kicks. But how deep was that one? 52 yards, a 52-yard attempt. But it's a turnover on downs. Running back wrestles his way for some yards. Yeah, streaky. That's the nature of the NFL there. Another injury. 4:40 to go. 2nd and 4. Oh, this one's a Commander now. 91. Oh, man. I'm not prepared for this. I'm going to get up. I'll be right back. Reese, you're in charge. Excuse me. Well, the Bears look like they're in a good position to win this game. Their first win in like nearly a year. I mean, that'll be a good hump to get off their back, and then we can focus on other storylines for everybody. But will they lose their number one overall pick draft status? Maybe not, because they still have Carolina's, and they still need to win. And they're going against us Lions, which I am cautiously optimistic about given the last time they played. And the fact that Deuce Staley is now their assistant head coach / running back coach. And they also have the Lions' former defensive line coach over there too. I'll be right back again. Stop selling this game. I want to go to bed. Don't do anything excited. That's what's keeping me up. Oh, Fields catches it more, catches above it, and now the wide receiver's going, and he's gone. He's got a touchdown. No one was there to stop him. The corner did a bad. He tried to go for the coverage, and he gave up the ability to tackle him if he caught it. And it was like a one-handed catch up like there, and then he just sprinted unchallenged for a touchdown. Catch of the year? Maybe, maybe not. That's his third touchdown of the night. And he's got a bunch of more yards to add to his performance tonight, too. Let's see what 230 yards now on 8 receptions and 3 touchdowns. Kick is up and it is good. Well, I think that's the final nail in the coffin. I don't normally do this often, but I am super tired and I got to wake up early tomorrow. I think the Bears are going to win this game, so congratulations to the Chicago Bears. Let me be the first one to say it on winning your first game of the season. I'm going to end the stream early right now, so it is what it is. Sam Howell's a good quarterback. It just, everything else just didn't go their way tonight. The Bears were in control this whole time. So I'm going to cut it early. And as always, go Lions, one pride.